this fantastic venue in Chittagong. And we're very nearly ready for the first ball. Afghanistan against Nepal, penultimate match in this group. Final match to come a little bit later on. It's Bangladesh against Hong Kong. So just to reiterate, Afghanistan have won the toss and they decided to field. All smiles for Afghanistan. Afghanistan getting ready to go out onto the ground. Already out there is Aleem Dar. Here are the teams then. Nepal unchanged from their last outing. That was the defeat at the hands of Bangladesh. So a day game, and they'll be looking to utilise their spinners. Shakti Gauchin, Basant Rejmi and Paris Khadka. Afghanistan, 3 changes for them. Out go Najib Tarakai, Gulbuddin Naib and Hamza Hotak, the left-arm spinner. Back into the side come Nawaz Mangal and Karim Sadiq, who were left out in the previous game, and it's a first game in this tournament for the Seema Mirvez Ashraf. Always you feel the key for Nepal is getting runs on the board. Can they do that? They didn't get enough in their last match against Bangladesh, just 126 they managed, but in their opening encounter 149 for 8, and that proved more than enough to be victorious against Hong Kong. They won by 80 runs, so it's a crucial first period of play. You fancy this. Can Nepal get off to some sort of start? And if they can, and then if they can post a decent score, their spinners will very much keep them in contention. Atta Ali Khan is alongside me. Atta, this has all the makings of a very, very interesting encounter.
Yeah, I reckon they will be facing up against some quality attack, knowing that Afghanistan bowling have certainly impressed quite a few of us. Will be a good test for these youngsters right at the top of the order. Yes, they need to get a good start. I think that is very important, and it's a pitch that you need to spend just a little bit time to make sure that you get used to the conditions. We'll all be expecting the fireworks, but it's important that they get a good start in, and the one that gets set goes on. He'll be a difficult customer. Shapu Zadran, left arm seamer, can get that extra bounce, especially on these kind of surfaces. Will be bowling from the pavilion, and he's been very impressive.
Particularly impressive with the first ball of the last match against Hong Kong. He removed Irfan Ahmed with that first delivery, and that was a dream start as far as Afghanistan were concerned. Shapur Zadran in that last match, 4 overs, 2 for 27. Shabash Korkarel, he's going to be the man who will take strike. It's the old firm, if you like, for Nepal here. The same openers for all 3 matches. Sagapun at the non-strikers end. In the last match, they put together a stand of 19. And in the opening encounter against Hong Kong, they shared a partnership of 36 for the first wicket. Time now then for the countdown ahead of the first ball of action. Aleem Dar says, let's play. Stifled shout for LBW. Sounded as though there was a little bit of an edge on that one. Aleem Dar, the umpire at the bowler's end. Vastly experienced. Former ICC umpire of the year from Pakistan. Have another look at that LBW shout first up.
Yeah, he has the ability to bring the ball back into the right hand, and look at that bounce.
S. Ravi, the other umpire with us, he's at square leg from India. Playing a little bit away from his body there, Korkarel, but he'll pick up the single. And Nepal off the mark.
a big game for Afghanistan as well. Looking forward to win it convincingly and get them some sort of chance to go to the Super 10s. And they've made 3 changes. I'd like to see Mirwais Ashraf, who's come in as a seamer.
Yeah, we saw him field that ball down at third man. Here he is, Mirwais Ashraf. First game of the tournament. Played in the Asia Cup though. Just the solitary slip in, first up for Afghanistan. Then 4 fielders inside the ring on the offside, 2 on the on. The only fielders outside the ring in the first 6 overs, just 2 of them allowed, down at long leg and third man. Short, slashed over backward point. Saga Pun off the mark. Just a single. Good work from Mirwais Ashraf getting round there at third man.
Yeah, not afraid to throw their bats around. The opening batsman from the Nepal team. Good support. And there's a university where a lot of students have come to study. That's why we see fans coming to support the Nepal team and also Afghanistan. Brilliant.
Squeezed backward of square on the offside. Mirwais Ashraf, a busy boy in this first over. Ball angled across the right-handers by Shapur Zadran. He does move the ball back into the right-hander off the seam. Very rarely do you see him swing the ball back in.
They've already played here before on this sort of a surface, the same strip that was used earlier. And he picked up 2 for 27 out of the 4 overs that he bowled. He should get used to these conditions.
The end of a very good first over there from Shapur Zadran. 3 without loss, Nepal. Afghanistan fans here, enjoying themselves, hoping for victory today. Two teams, Nepal unchanged throughout this tournament. They've had a settled side. Afghanistan, 3 changes for them today. Incoming former captain Naraz Mangal, Karim Sadiq and Mirwais Ashraf. 3 changes for them. Najib Tarakai, who opened the batting against Hong Kong in the last match. Gulbuddin Naib, the all-rounder, and the left-arm spin of Hamza Hotak missing out today. Nepal fans making their feelings clear. Here's Daulat Zadran. Good aggressive running by Corcorel. It's really good cricket. Coming back for the second there. Leg buys.
Very good running between the wickets. Mentioned about that they would like to pick up a few quick runs down the leg side. And look at the first run, realizing that he had to come across from the pitch, away from the pitch. Did manage to bring and then pick up that second run quite easily. Drifting down the leg side. Need to pitch it on the business areas. Somewhere on the off-stump line, that's what Daulat Zadran needs to pitch.
More like it. Daulat Zadran, remember, generated a fair amount of pace in that last match against Hong Kong. He smashed Mark Chapman in the helmet. That was 142 kilometres an hour. Seriously quick, Daulat Zadran. Was the outstanding bowler for Afghanistan in their qualifying campaign for the 2012 ICC World 2020. He was bowling from the other end when he slammed that short ball into Mark Chapman's helmet. Chapman just coming down the pitch and regretting it. It was a seriously quick delivery and it required a change of helmet. Thank goodness for helmets. Bang. Smashed into the visor. Gave it a serious dent. Off the shoulder of the bat down to third man. And Atta, that confirms what you were talking about on your pitch report and indeed before the match. A little bit of extra bounce there for the seamers.
Yeah, what can happen once a bowler sees that there is an extra bounce available? If you look at the one, they just tend to pitch a little bit too short. Look at that. Though that length this tournament has been on a shorter side. So they just need to bowl, I think, the good length areas where the ball can get some extra bounce and get the batsman in some kind of trouble. If you keep pitching it short, then the batsman will be on the back foot all the time, expecting a short one. Much better there on that occasion from Daulat Zadran. Yes, you mentioned about the pace that he is bowled, but if he gets the ball to move a bit off the pitch, then it certainly creates some problem for the batsman. As a bowler, initially you need to bowl and make sure you get into a good rhythm by bowling stump to stump and see whether the ball can do a bit, because if the ball is moving, it can only move once the ball is pitched up to the batsman.
Slashed over backward point, and it'll go for 4. First boundary of the innings, and it goes to Sagapun. It's the end of the over, 7 from it, 10 without loss.
That was too full, a little bit too full. Chancing his arms upish over the fielder on the offside. And the first boundary comes for the Nepal team.
Nepal, Gyanendra Malla to come in next. Very wristy player. And then Paris Khadka. Absolutely outstanding with the bat so far. The Nepal captain. Binod Bandari, Sharad Vasorka. The engine room of the Nepal batting lineup.
Just looking at that scorecard, the men to come to follow, I would expect the captain, because the one he's looked in really good form, and you don't have too many overs to play around with. Yes, they were already in the third over. I would like the captain to come at number 3, so he can bat a little bit, few more overs. He's been in terrific touch. Have to wait and see whether that decision is made.
Yes, Paris Khadka actually came out for the anthems with his pads on. He scored 41 in each of the 2 matches that have been played so far. Gyanendra Malla, remember, got 48 in that opening encounter against Hong Kong. Here are the strike rates, and Paris Khadka's strike rate certainly superior to Gyanendra Malla. There is Khadka spinning the ball from hand to hand. These 2 sides, they know all about each other. They've played each other in the semi-final of the ICC World 2020 qualifier. That was in November in Abu Dhabi. Nepal batted first on that occasion as well. They were 90 for 8 and Afghanistan knocked the runs off very easily. 96 for 3 with 5 overs and 4 balls in hand. Played each other twice in the most recent Asian Cricket Council 2020 Cups as well, and victories there for Afghanistan on both occasions too. Nepal batting first on both those occasions as well. So it's a well-worn path that these two sides are treading at the moment. Nepal batting first. The key is, can they get enough runs on the board? Because they've got that spin attack. There's Paris Khadka, there's Shakti Gauchin, there's Basant Rejmi. If they've got those runs on the board, they can put some pressure on Afghanistan.
Yeah, they have to try and score in the range of 150, if not 160, to put some kind of pressure, because, mind you, Afghanistan has a very good top order. Now, how well Mohammad Shahzad plays right at the top of the order.
The third man has been the busiest fielder in this match so far. Down there now is Najibullah Zadran. He's replaced Mirwais Ashraf. He obviously decided Mirwais was having to do too much running down there. Virtually everything has come off the face of the bat down there off Shapur Zadran. Again, an illustration of the fact that he's angling the ball across the right-hander.
Very good over so far, just the 2 runs. He's getting his line and length in a pretty good area. That's the reason why the batsmen have not been able to free their arms.
Trying to free his arms there. Corkerell, oh goodness me, it's fallen safe. Mohammad Nabi completely misjudging it. Well, that looked as though it was going to be a very simple catch. There were 4 fielders inside the circle on the offside. None of them caught it. 13 without loss.
Yeah, the problem was when it went up in the air, it was Mohammad Nabi who thought that the fielder right next to him would have gone for it. That's why he just stopped in his tracks. Exactly that. Karim Sadiq, the fielder, that should have been taken. Just stopped right in the end.
Needed a call. So a lucky escape there for Subhash Corkerell. Complete breakdown in communication between Karim Sadiq and his captain Mohammad Nabi. Here is Nabi fielding that. Karim Sadiq is usually one of the more vociferous members of this side, but on this occasion he said nothing. Nabi was coming in, it was his catch really, but Karim Sadiq was moving towards him, and that's what Nowruz Mangal, the former skipper, thinks. Where was the call, he said. Those fans aren't too impressed, are they? Thumbs up for Karim Sadiq now, but it's a little bit like shutting the gate after the horse has bolted. It's a little bit too high for me, that. A scampered run. Was there any bat involved? Yes, there was. No signal from umpire S. Ravi, so there must have been an inside edge.
It just seems that the Nepali top order, the openers, have struggling with the bounce. A bit of an inside edge on that occasion. Would have gone down the leg side. It turns out to be a very big test for a team like Nepal, though, because you really don't get these kind of surfaces back in Nepal, because you've got to come in and practice. They've played a game here already. 2 before this. So they should get used to this condition, but they are in a bit of a bother here, I reckon, especially against the seamer.
See what the pulse question is. Which of these 2 teams has impressed you the more in this tournament? Afghanistan or Nepal? Nepal. Cast your vote. ICC-cricket.com. Let us know what you think. That's the pulse question. Oh, that's really well run. Terrific stuff by Subhash Corkerell, calling his partner through, backing up very well indeed. That's what they need to do, these players. If they can't hit boundaries, they need to rotate the strike.
Yeah, 4 runs in this over, all singles in each delivery. Now this is where he got hit just a couple of deliveries earlier. Short one into the ribs. And they just seem to be uncomfortable against those short pitch deliveries, with the extra bounce also troubling the batsman.
No ball. Oh dear me. Dolat Zadran overstepping. And that will be a free hit.
And they are expecting a boundary of this delivery, the free hit. The fans are looking up to see them scoring a few boundaries. Look at that. You know, way out. That is a big no ball. There you go. Where does he try to hit it?
Field can't change, of course. Gone straight up in the air. This should be taken by Karim Sadiq. It is. But, of course, he can't be dismissed, so the batsmen just take a single.
Certainly had an opportunity to hit behind the square on the offside towards the third man area, because the third man was quite square. Instead of that, he just hit it in front. That's the problem for the batsman. Not getting used to these extra bounce that the seamers are extracting. Afghanistan will be quite happy.
Driven down towards mid-off, and the catch taken, Mohammed Nabi. Safe as houses, and the first wicket goes down. Saga Pun looking to go over the top, but doesn't clear the fielder on the edge of the circle. The Saga Pun, the first man dismissed for Nepal, out for 8. They're 19 for 1.
Already picked up 6 runs in that over. No need to hit up in the air. Always a danger that if you mistimes it, yes, it gets the splice of the bat, you will not be able to clear the infield. Soft dismissal. A poor shot in the end. But Dolat Zadran very happy to see the back of Sagapon. 19 for 1.
Gyanendra Malla, the new batsman. That best score on the right-hand side of your screen was what he got in his opening encounter of this tournament against Hong Kong. These players know each other pretty well. And here's the end of Saga Pun. He's been guilty a little bit in this tournament of not getting all that close to the ball when he tries to drive. Bat turning in his hand. And a simple catch for the captain. Malla, very wristy player. He's at the non-striker's end now, though. That was the last ball of the over. One thing we've noticed about Saga Pun in this tournament is when he's looking to drive, he doesn't get much of a stride in. And again,
he just goes deep in his crease, doesn't he? And then you can see the front foot not really coming closer to that ball. A bit of a technique problem here for the opener. It's such an important game for Afghanistan, also for Nepal, because they would also like to ensure that whether it's possible for them to win this one. Look how deep is in his crease, and then the front foot doesn't really get that big stride, playing away from the body. And a relatively very easy catch for the captain.
Dolat Zadran, the man making the breakthrough. The giveaway, that replay we just saw, the stump cam replay, the giveaway, after he played the shot, there was another adjustment with the front foot, so clearly he wasn't balanced when he was striking the ball. Have a look at it here. There's the shot, and there's the other adjustment.
He's bowled well. 3 dots already in this over. And if you're a seamer, you'd love to come and bowl on these kind of surfaces. They're making life difficult for the Nepal at the moment.
Giving himself a little bit of room there, Subhash Korkaral. They're getting a little bit frustrated here, Nepal. We've just had the 1 boundary so far, and we're in the fifth over of this innings. They just can't get any momentum at the moment, can they?
They're up against quality attack. Told you that before, because Afghanistan has a pretty decent bowling attack. Not only with the seamers, they also have got some very good spin. Samuel Shenwari, the leg spinner. Mohammad Dabi, the off spinner. So they've got to really bat well. And the shot selections need to be right up there. It's been terrific over so far. 4 dots. That's how they create the pressure on the batsmen.
Heaved away on the onside. That's pressure relief. And the first boundary for Subhash Korkaral.
And a pretty good one too. Much needed boundary for the Nepal team. Just the second one. You can't afford to bowl there. Short, already on the back foot, and then pulls away. It's a pretty good shot. Should give him some kind of confidence.
Well, that shot has brought a change in the field. Fine legs come up into the circle, and square leg has dropped back. Third man also up in the circle as well. In fact, no, he's stayed back now. That's a cracking shot. Successive boundaries for Korkaral. So that ends up being a good over for Nepal. 8 runs from it, 27 for 1. Shapur Zadran down, and just for a second out. Full in length, and Korkaral just getting his front leg out the way here, clearing that front leg and clobbering it down the ground. Really timed that one beautifully.
Terrific shot from the batsman. Projected score. They would get some, would like to get something around 150. From here on, they need to score more than 8 runs, or just 8 runs in an over. Yes, Shapur Zadran bowled a short one, was put away, and then he tried to pitch it up, and this was belted down the ground quite nicely. Gets into a good position here. Just moves his left leg away, and then straight as an arrow. Lovely shot.
Sami Shinwari, the leg spinner, coming on in the power play. 5 for 13 is best. That was against Kenya in the ICC World 2020 qualifier in Sharjah in November. It's a lovely shot through the offside. That's Gyanendra Ramala's first ball. What a way to introduce yourself.
What a shot. Beautifully played. We already saw a very good looking shot in the previous over. Gyanendra is facing his first delivery, and take a look at that shot. Has put that away very nicely indeed. It was there to be hit, and he says, thank you very much, I'll take it. Have to put it away and find the gap. That was the key.
Offside field being reinforced even more if that's possible. 5 fielders inside the ring on that offside. And so Mala's response is to try and go onside.
He needs to be careful, because he tried that shot to play against the spin. And the danger of, if he gets it to play on that direction, danger of getting a leading edge. Look at that shot. Much better to eye the area on the offside, even if it's a short one.
Can't pierce that very tight offside ring. Have a look at this offside. It's a short third man, backward point, cover, and extra cover. Try piercing that. Just over extra cover and 4. Well, the invitation was there, and Mahler took it up with aplomb.
Well, he's done what we've just asked for. A little bit more flight on that occasion from Shenwari. And then he's trying to hit it over the top. Just gets over the top of that fielder at extra cover. Mohammad Nabi.
To short ball, pulled over mid-on. That's 5 fours in the last 7 balls. And this is momentum now for Nepal.
Brilliant batting from Gyanendra. That was short, poor delivery. Asking to be hit. And goes out for the boundary. Back-to-back boundaries for him. Already 3 fours from the bat of Gyanendra. He's looking good, really good.
Is this the one big over? What a contrast for Sami Shenwari. He got 3 for 19 in the semi-final of the ICC World 2020 qualifier against the same opposition. In his first over now, and he's gone again. Oh, that's gone all the way for 6. Terrific stuff. 18 off the over, the end of the power play, and Nepal on fire. 45 for 1.
One of the best hits so far against the spin, but was there in the slot. 84 meters. What a terrific over this is for Nepal. 18 run in that over. After 6, it's 45 for 1.
What a terrific over that was for Nepal. 18 runs from it. Shenwari taken to the cleaners. Here's the 6. Gyanendra Mahler introducing himself. Bit of bottom hand. Open spaces beyond mid-on. And he stands and admires it. Was that the one big over? Join the conversation on Twitter. So it's a double change for Afghanistan. Shapur Zadran off after conceding those 2 boundaries at the back end of his last over. And into the action for the first time in this tournament, Mirwais Ashraf.
It's important for the other batsmen, Kakural, to understand that they picked up 18 runs in that previous over. New bowler, medium pacer, 5 wickets. So they just need to be a little bit circumspect. Yes, they've gone into a good momentum, but you don't want to lose wickets. So it's important from Nepal's perspective that they get in and get a good partnership. 26 of just 13 deliveries, this partnership.
It's nicely done. 2020 is not all about big shots. This has been a very good power play indeed for Nepal. Paris Kadka due in next. No prizes for guessing who they like. Here he is. He'll be pretty happy with the way things are going now as well, I'm sure. So it was a slow start in the power play. Sagapun going over backward point. And then caught on the edge of the circle by Mohammad Nabi. Fell at Zadran breaking through. And all of a sudden, Subhash Kokarel decided to break loose. And Gyanendra Mahler did exactly the same. And the good news for Nepal is that this is actually now their highest score in the power plays in this tournament. 44 for 2 against Hong Kong, 38 for 1 against Bangladesh, and now 45 for 1. So the omens are good for them at the moment.
This is a good comeback because they gave away 18 runs in the previous over and it's just given away 1 run. So this is good stuff. The power plays in Chittagong, 45 for 1. It's a good one, really good one for Nepal.
Driven through extra cover. Oh, he's timed that one beautifully. Oh, what a fantastic piece of fielding. That's brilliant by Shafiqullah. The batsman still able to come back for 3 though. Good running. End of 7 overs, 49 for 1. Blazing shot through the offside, and how about that for a bit of fielding at full tilt. Shafiqullah flicking the ball back and preventing that extra run. How important will that be in the final analysis? So Afghanistan winning the toss, opting to bowl first. Sagapun, the only man dismissed so far. Subhash Kokarel and Gyanendra Mala going along very nicely indeed. 30 they've added now in just 18 deliveries. Change up here in the commentary position. Now alongside me, Sean Pollock. Good afternoon to you, Sean.
Yeah, Mo, it's good to be here. And it looks like there's been a change of strategy for the Nepal team ever since the spinners come into the attack. They really have looked to attack. There's been some good cricket. Bit of a slow start when the seamers won. And ever since there's been that change, there's been a change of gear.
Mohamed Nabi, the captain, Mr. Consistent with the ball, and that brings up the 50. What have your impressions been, Sean, of the way Nepal have gone about things so far?
Yeah, they were quite selective up front, weren't they, with the seamers operating. There was a little bit of movement, which will be also pretty interesting for other people in the top 10 who are going to be participating at this ground. They would have been monitoring what sort of surfaces are on offer. I think it's been good ever since they lost their first wicket. They've consolidated a bit and now they're looking to put home the advantage.
Nabi knows all about these conditions. Played in the Bangladesh Premier League at the start of last year. Vastly experienced cricketer all around the world. Oh, the reverse hit, the switch hit, and it's taken. So Nabi strikes, just getting a little bit too fancy there, Gyanendra Mala, and Nowruz Mangal takes the catch at short third man. So Nepal lose their second wicket, and Mala, who played so attractively there in the previous over against the leg spin of Shenwari, he now departs for 22, and Nepal lose their second wicket. They're 51 for 2.
It's a bit of a change of strategy. He was tied up for a few deliveries, decided to do the reverse hit into motion, and unfortunately didn't execute it all that well. Gets the top edge, and then at backward points takes the catch. And the bowler, he's happy. His plans worked. He's picked up the second wicket.
Paris Khadka, the skipper, the man who leads from the front in every way, shape and form for Nepal. 41 in each of the 2 matches so far. That best of 68 was against Hong Kong. Excellent strike rate. A little bit later we'll see him with the ball. He can bowl off spin or seam up. Mr. Versatile. Fans are quite happy to see him. They don't mind that they've lost a wicket. At the non-striker's end, the batsman crossed. Just wonder, Sean, we'd seen Gyanendra Malla play so well in orthodox fashion. Was this really necessary?
Yeah, it probably wasn't, but in T20 cricket, basically anything goes, and you could just see the pressure building on him. He had 2 deliveries where he knocked it to short mid-wicket and didn't pick up a run. And he decided to be a bit more adventurous. 51 for 2.
This match very interestingly poised at the moment then. Just as it looked as though Nepal were getting some momentum. Malla departing. A very well played 22 from just 13 deliveries. It means that Paris Khadka's now got some time to play himself in. So, Paris Khadka getting ready to take his first ball from Mervez Ashraf, whose first over was a very tidy one indeed. It's 4 runs from it.
Yeah, we have a look at the dismissal again. Didn't try this too many times. Takes the hand off the bat, gets into the position to play the switch hit. Unfortunately, the line, I don't know if it was seen by the bowler Nabi, but he fired it down the leg side, which made it difficult to grab it and take it across to the offside again.
Was bounce also a factor there, Sean, as well? Did it just bounce a little bit more than he anticipated?
Yeah, I think on the surface, what we've noticed so far, you often come to the subcontinent think you're going to get a little bit of turn, but the ball just tends to skid on a touch, and maybe a little bit of bounce as well. Here we have a look at it. Pitches. A little bit of bounce, takes the top edge.
A bit of a pause. Fine leg, in fact, is now coming up into the circle. And mid-off is going back to long off. And Khadka's off the mark. Just coming back to that reverse hit, Sean, how much practice is actually required to play that shot and play it well?
Yeah, a lot, I think, because I didn't used to play it too often in my time. In fact, when we used to do anything with reverse, we used to maybe play a little reverse paddle, or at the end of my career, every once in a while I played a reverse hit, but I never switched the hands, and I think that's the real challenge for the batsman. Some people can do it naturally, others have to spend a lot of time practicing. We're interested to see the conditions here as well. With the new ball, there was a little bit of swing. Let's see the opening bowlers of Afghanistan getting the ball to shape around a little bit. Remember playing the test match here in 2003, I think it was. We also got the new ball to swing around, but didn't swing around for long. There's nice grass covering. Interesting to see if that continues as the tournament goes on.
Bowling! What a big wicket that is. Paris Khadka's gone, and Mervez Ashraf, in his first appearance of the tournament, makes the breakthrough. It's the big wicket. And that's what they think of it. Happy to be on the big screen, but not so happy that the captain's dismissed. Mervez Ashraf, what a fine piece of bowling. And Paris Khadka, who's been the form batsman for Nepal so far, has to depart. Out for just one. Nepal 53 for 3.
As Brian mentioned, so far he's had 2 knocks. He's made 41 on both occasions, so this is a big blow for Nepal. Have a look at the delivery. Just pitches, nips back nicely through the gate. Wasn't really the length to force. And Ashraf, he's over the moon. He's picked up the key wicket.
Afghan fans happy. They've got every reason to be. Sharad Vasorka, new batsman. Sharad Vasorka very much the finisher for Nepal usually, but he's got a fair amount of time to bat now. He's at the non-strikers end though. It's 2 wickets in successive overs that Nepal have lost.
Big blow here for Nepal, there's no doubt about that, to lose 2 quick wickets. And here we have a look at the delivery again. As it pitches, just nips back through the gate and the off stumps out the ground. That's a quality delivery. The seam was angled to try and make the ball nip back, tuck him up for room. It was a bit of an adventurous shot from Paris on his 3rd or 4th delivery.
Really good bit of bowling though. Hitting the top of off stump. He's lost his shape in the shot there, and Mohamed Nabi, a very happy man. Was a little bit of bat in that. That's the only thing that could possibly have saved Sharad Vasorka there, I rather fancy.
Yeah, it looked like a good shot if he didn't get an inside edge. Nice and straight, to have a look at it. A little scratch.
This goes to show how things can turn around in 2020 cricket. We were looking so rosy at Nepal with Kokharel and Mala. It's 51 for 1. All of a sudden now, 2 balls away from the halfway stage. Completely different complexion on this game.
And Nabi's bowling a really nice line. Yeah, he's bowling nice and straight, not been any room. So basically, the Nepal batsman can only score on the leg side. He's tucking them up. He's got 2 good fielders in the circle on the leg side.
Upish, just wide of Nabi. The end of the over, the halfway stage of the Nepal innings. They're 55 for 3. Sagapun was the early casualty, and Kokharel and Mala went very nicely. 2 wickets in 2 successive overs. Really put a spanner in the works for Nepal though. Playing a miss. Going nowhere very rapidly at the moment, Nepal. How the momentum has shifted in this match in the last couple of overs.
Yeah, it has indeed. I think Andrew, when he was dismissed, 22 of 13 deliveries, he really did give the innings a bit of impetus. Unfortunately, since he's gone, he's going to have to slack off. Bit of a consolidation period. Funny to say that in T20 cricket, but just a few deliveries to get themselves settled.
Look for a signal here from Alim Dar. Leg bye. That really is terrific from Mirwais Ashraf. His line has been fantastic today.
And also just angling them back at the right-hander. Another example there, inside edge onto the pad. They'll pick up a single. He's bowling a good length. He's not offering much width at all.
Big hulking man, Mirwais Ashraf. I always feel as though he could bowl a yard quicker. He's content to play that role as the third seamer, and today he's doing it absolutely exceptionally. Have a look at the bowling figures so far. 5 bowlers used. Sami Shenwari, the leg spinner, the exception to the rule. He was very harshly dealt with by Malla, but otherwise it's been very tidy stuff from Afghanistan. Quick single with the fielder back on the edge of the circle. End of the over, 58 for 3. Asghar Staniksai there. Played an excellent innings in the Asia Cup against Bangladesh. So 9 overs to go in the Nepal innings. Look at that, last 5 overs. They really have hit the buffers. Change of bowling now. Karim Sadiq coming on from the commentary box end. Bowling his off-spinning darts, but he's dropped short there. And a little bit of footwork from Dolat Zadran.
Yeah, straight away you see the difference. If you offer some width, it's easy for the batsman to free up their arms, and he hits the square on the offside. You can see it. It's wide, short. The batsman latches onto it. Fancy footwork.
Karim Sadiq actually kept wicket for Afghanistan in their ICC World Cricket League Division 5, 4 and 3 encounters before giving the gloves up with current keeper taking over from him, Mohammad Shahzad. It's important that Nepal don't panic here.
It was actually a good recovery by Shapur. The ball changed its route, and he goes hard down the ground, over the top, and he'll pick himself up a boundary.
Cracking shot from Vasorka. Wasn't a half volley by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, Shadiq is not the tallest customer, so his deliveries that he bowls will sort of skid onto the bat. And Shahzad just hits through the line, knocks it straight back over his head. Always a good place to go.
Again down the ground. Seen Karim Sadiq open the bowling in 2020 cricket. He'll just bowl those little darts in, sometimes round the wicket. Also seen him bowl at the death as well. Oh, that's kept low. Oh, a little bit of indecision by the two batsmen. In the end, they're safe, though. End of the over, 7 from it, 65 for 3.
And that last delivery from Sadiq is ideally what he wants to be bowling. Nice and straight. Ball stays down. It misses, it hits the stumps. And difficult for Shahzad to try and work away. There we have a look at it again there. Angled in towards the stump, stays down, and that would have hit middle leg. Shahzad also has to watch where he runs on the surface. He's going to scuff it up nasty for his spinners.
So after that over from Shinwari that cost 18, Nepal really have gone nowhere very quickly. Just 8 overs to go. Afghanistan winning the toss, putting Nepal into bat, and it's a change of bowling. Shinwari back into the attack. Change of ends for him.
The first over he bowled was in the power play, and unfortunately things haven't got much better for him because he started with a no ball. A change of end, he obviously hasn't marked out that run up too well. He went for 18 in his first over. He starts the second one, just going for a single with the first delivery. He's got to bowl it again, and it's going to be a free hit.
The only consolation he's got is that the batsman crossed, so the field can change. Let's have a look at where his front foot landed. Heel belongs to the umpire. The line, I should say.
You feel like he's got away with one there. Well, Shenhua. His pants did strike behind the line. I suppose that doesn't count. It's got to be a part of the boot. Bowls his leg spin is pretty flat, so doesn't really give it an opportunity to spin, and there's not much spin on the surface. It's a bit challenging for him. Alim Dar checks the front foot once again, wants to see where the marks have been made.
Tempted paddle, not out, says umpire Alim Dar. It's been scampered through. There must have been some bat involved there, no signal.
A risky kind of shot when you've got a short 45 inside. There you go, he takes it from off stump, straight off the bat, goes airborne. You would think Shenhua would be quite a difficult customer on a surface where it just pitches and holds up a bit, but as we've talked about the grass covering here today, the ball's just sliding on and the batsmen are able to hit through the line.
They left out the spinner today, one of their spinners, Afghanistan, Hamza Hotak, the left arm spinner, missing out, with Murvaz Ashraf coming into the side. Looking as though that's a pretty sensible selection here. End of the over, 71 for 3. Asorka, man who's capable of really putting his foot on the gas at the back end of the innings. Nepal fans eternally optimistic, eternally enthusiastic. Seven overs to go then in this Nepal innings. And Karim Sadiq is to continue, and he's going to now operate round the wicket. That's generally what he does, particularly at the back end of the innings and also in the power plays. He just runs up round the wicket and bowls darts full length.
I'm now with you on his value at bowling at the death. I was just thinking, gosh, if he slid those on to me, I wouldn't mind it. But if you can fire those Yorkers in, that's good. I'm just missing the leg stump. I think it was the peel and tempting to try and not get it called wide.
Well taken in the end, down the leg side there by Mohammad Shahzad. Radar just off a little bit for Karim Sadiq so far in this over. Successive wides, and it's prompted a little bit of a change perhaps with Nabi as to what the tactics are.
He wanted to try and target the leg stump and try and eliminate the offside of the field, but now he's changed back. How will he adjust his line?
Just can't get any momentum at the moment, can they, Sean, Nepal?
No, they can't. They need a couple of boundaries. A big over will really set the momentum in action.
It's a cracking shot down the ground. Exactly what the doctor ordered, and Subhash Kokkarel is the man to provide it.
Yeah, this is a quality shot by Kokkarel. That uses his feet, gets to the pitch of it, and knocks it straight back over the bowler's head. It lands on the advertising mat. Would probably made sure it got to the boundary. Maybe one of the fielders might have cut it off, but have a look at this. Pitch is on the LG sign, and off it goes. That's the problem. They go for the boundary and then they knock it straight back to the bowler without managing to pick up a single.
They do pick up the single off the last ball of the over, though. 8 runs from it, and it's 79 for 3. So run a ball from this point in time. It's Nepal up to 115. You would have thought they would need significantly more than that to be competitive. $79 for 3 then, and a change up here in the commentary position. Atta Ali Khan is with Danny Morrison.
Thank you, Brian Murgatroyd. The wristman, full delivery, and we've got 6 overs left. For Nepal to get a bit of a wriggle on here. Lost 3. So said it's a no ball, so there is a free hit. Starts with a front foot no ball. Shinwari. Up and over she goes. Little pitching wedge for a couple. Hello, Atta Ali Khan. Good to see you.
Hello, Danny. How are you?
Well, thanks.
Good. It's important for Nepal because they have 7 wickets in hand. It's important that they get runs on the board because at the moment they're not getting the run rate, the kind of a required run rate they would have wanted to. Full toss. Missed out on that occasion. Should have been put away. Thick is outside edge. Straight to the fielder.
Yeah, it's got to go. You've got to put those away. Wrist work. Juicy full toss outside off. Losing a bit of shape there. Sharad wanted to go big, so the strike goes back to Cockerell, who's been the mainstays. 31 from 41. 3 boundaries. What's he got for us? Gets a short one and he pumps it. Gone all the way. There's a maximum. And about time 2 for Nepal.
He just waited in his crease and expecting a short one. And he's played that beautifully. He's came in to open the innings and still there. Yeah, that's a really good shot. Gets underneath it and puts it away. Gone all the way. Put some smiles on the fans of Nepal team. He's the one who's opened. Look at the distance, 69 meters.
With through the gap, got lucky. Thick outside edge, racing to the fence, yeah, gets there. Turning out to be a big over this for Nepal. Just what they needed.
10 in the last 2 deliveries. That's what they want. They need boundaries, and they would be expecting Cockerell to stay there till the very end. He did really nice in the end, but just the ball rolls away in the very end, turning out to be a big over. Cockerell now on 41 of just 43. And he will be the key for Nepal to make sure that they can, if they can, reach somewhere close to 150.
Misses out, gets it wide though, going to have to re-bowl this one, Shinwari. 16 from the 15th, 1 to go. Started with a no ball. Maximum, we've had a 4, now we've had a wide. Big over. Dot ball to end it though. 16 from the 15th, 95 for 3. Well, Nepal, they've got a few high mountains themselves. They're a beautiful country, but they've only got a couple of skyscrapers here. Construction has got to continue in that vein. It's all about to unfold, hopefully, for the Nepalese. Outside edge, racing to the fence. Will it go all the way? Quick outfield here in Chittagong. And missed time with the dive. And it is a boundary to kickstart the 16th.
16 over in the 16 run, beg your pardon, in the previous over, and then a boundary of the very first delivery of the next over. And Nepal now kicking on. He just dived a little bit too early. Has gone through. Terrific. They love it. Look at the faces, knowing that they're just getting on a good momentum now, the Nepal team.
100 up now for Nepal. Misfield. Just starting to go a little awry for the Afghans in the field. Captain is into his third over. 101 for 3. 10 and over gets him close to what you're on about, Utter. 10 and over from here on in. 148, 150-ish. Down the track. Good stuff from the skipper in his follow-through.
It's possible, Danny. Very much possible, because they've got 7 wickets in hand, and also Thakral, who's come on to open the bat, is still there. Sharad also looking good with 20 of just 23 deliveries. The partnership, 48 for 44. Really good.
Oh, there's another one. Straight down the ground. It brings up the 50 partnership now between these two. 10 from 4 deliveries so far.
Well, he's doing what his partner did in the previous over. That is a good shot. Just outside the hands of the bowler. And it goes on to the boundary to pick up the 50 partnership. 52 from 45. Really good one for the ball. Can they go on, carry on, and they pick those runs till the very end. And that is the key. It will be possible if these two stay in and play till the last over.
Sharad inside out. Hunting up another couple. Crowd starting to get a little bit more vocal. It's going to build up more and more with Bangladesh playing Hong Kong in this double header. Certainly gives it some. Worried if you'd do a hernia there. Ha! No chance of Nabi cutting that one off in his follow-through. Again, a wind-up. Here's another boundary to finish the 16. 16 from that one as well, and Nelson's up. It's 1-1-1 for 3 here.
Outstanding display of batsmanship from these two. 16 in this over. Look at that shot. Look at the area that he wanted to put it away between the man at deep mid wicket and long on, piercing the gap perfectly.
Last 5 overs have been extraordinary for Nepal, and they needed to be. Let's be real about it. 10.6. Last 2, 31. 32, I beg your pardon. Throwing the maximum. But, Muhammad Nabi, last one there. We 16's gone for 1 for 20. Dalit Zadran has come back. So Dalit is going to get back in here. He's bowled a couple, 1 for 11. 5 dot balls, so captain has gone to one of his strikers. Starts with a short of a length one. Up and over, lovely wrist work and hands through the ball. Runs are flowing nicely here for Nepal. Crowd building up all the time, and rightly so, because with the big one, the home side, the Tigers. Bangladesh Tigers up against Hong Kong. And the expectation for Bangladesh to put in another good performance in this ICC World T20 for 2014 in their own backyard. They're on the phones, they're saying get out, they've got the paintwork out and said get along, down to the ground. Up and over, bottom hand, enough over the top. Racing out for yet another boundary here. They're dealing in boundaries are the Nepalese.
Outstanding batting. Really good batting. Look at the way he played that shot. Just moving his left leg the way, making room, and then hitting in a direction where he feels that if he hits over the top of the infield, he will pick up the boundary. Really good thinking on the batsman's part. Good chase, but goes in vain in the end. The runs coming thick and fast for Nepal.
Goes for a full one. As Dalit. All of a sudden the complexion just changes a little between these two sides. Almost a bit of a geographical derby. Nepal versus Afghanistan, not too far away from each other on the globe. So a good little jousting in this one. Sun's starting to set here in Chittagong. No ball, got it in the hole. This partnership has been a godsend for Nepal between Cockerell and Sharad. 65 from 51. The leg side, nice and straight too, you've got to say, down the ground, trying to show the full face and go back over the bowler's head. Couple on the leg side as well. They have tried to go downtown and hit it clean and hit it straight. Good signs. With a heave on the leg side, they're going to scamper through and get one. Not going to come upstairs, Alim Dar. Says it's good enough and safe enough for me.
Yeah, he missed out, the captain. Well, just at the last moment, it's gone upstairs.
Yeah, I thought he was going to leave it for a bit. And then at the last moment, he's decided just to check with Rod Tucker upstairs. So TMO gathers, places. He's home. Just wanted to make sure the bat was grounded and gather and pick up. Just maybe slightly ill-sighted there, Alindar. Want to make sure. Cockerell 2 away from a half century of 47 deliveries. Has been good going. Started to chop it up into the 4th and 5th gear.
Yeah, the partnership, also the 66 runs partnership at the moment. 7 fours and 1 6. I think the majority of runs coming in boundaries. That is the key. Why should Nepal is placed at this stage on 119. Yes, they've got to go for it now. One more ball to be bowled in this over. Has been a good over for them. 8 runs in this over. That's it. Up and over. Has got enough legs or not? Yes, it does. Picks up his 50 as well. Fantastic knock. Another fantastic hit from Kakural. 123 for 3.
Good half century from Cockerell. 52 and 48. Stepped on the gas. Last 3 overs have gone for 44. Half century to Cockerell. Last ball of the previous over. Split the 2 men and got there for his 6th boundary. Well played, young man. And is holding this Nepalese side together with Sharad, who's on 31 from 28, 4 boundaries himself. Sucking in the oxygen, panting hard. Very warm afternoon here in Chittagong. One, two, 3 for 3. Ashraf's back into the attack. At a medium pace, he's got 1 for 9 and 3.1. Well, a dozen dot balls. He's been outstanding for Afghanistan.
He starts well here. The first delivery directing it on the pads of the batsman, trying to move away on the onside, making sure that there's none get an opportunity to free their arms.
Bangs one in. Nice. He's sort of mid-wide crease. I like that in terms of the bowling. Around the ground, this lovely little partnership between these two, Cockerell and Sharad. Square of the wicket, down the ground. They've gone down the ground nicely. And if you bring your bowl short, well, you're going to get struck. And there's that maximum. Well bowled, beautifully bowled. Mirwais Ashraf. Good comeback start. Only 3 singles so far in the 18.
Well played as well by the batsman. Ticking it out at the last moment. Trying to bowl in the block hole. Look at that. Yeah. Keeping the eyes on the ball till the very last moment and eventually picking up a single. Good cricket all around.
Beautifully bowled. You're brave enough to bowl these and smart enough to bowl them at the right time. All very well having them in the repertoire, but to know the right time. He's held back, seam up, no breaking of the wrist or either way. And that is smart bowling for Mirwais Ashraf. Shorter. And a challenge on for the field. Good stuff. Boundary riders have been committed today. Karam getting horizontal for his team.
It's a very good effort from Karim Sadiq. He managed to pick up 2 runs on that occasion. You look at that effort. Would have surely going down to the boundary. Brilliant effort. Supported by the keeper.
Cockerell's best score now in T20 cricket. He gives himself a little room. Didn't quite get it all. 6 off the 18th. 129 for 3 now. Shakti. He was man of the match the other night. Lovely forfeit. 150 on the cards. Provided these two are in, they'd dearly love Cockerell to stay in and finish the job right through to the last over. Shapur round the wicket. Here we go. Has he got enough on it? It's gone to the moon. Oh, is he taking it? Oh, spooky. Absolutely marvellous, this. Running round. I thought it was going to land in no man's land. Asghar. Wonderful catch from Stanislav. Off Shapur. He's gone for 56. It's 129 for 4.
What a catch. It's a stunner. Not an easy catch for the fielder to keep the eyes on the ball and running backward. Good presence of mind, keeping his cool and then taking a really good one. That is a terrific catch. Outstanding.
Sensational grab from Stanislav. Wonderful innings though. 56 from 53 from Cockerell. Fabulous innings from Cockerell has ended. 56 from 53. Very, very good catch running around Stanislav off Shapur. Thought it was going to maybe just make it to the fence or into no man's land. But he kept going, Stanislav. He ran around and was committed. Never easy running away from yourself, going towards the stands and looking over your shoulder. Here's Shapur. And he's been pumped down the ground. Batter doesn't even move. That has hit the fence. Brilliant. At a wicket now boundary.
That is a glorious shot. Where did that come out from? They picked up quite a few boundaries, but none better than that. Over the bowler's head. Straight as an arrow. 4 more.
Shara, 37 from 31. Top edge, straight up. Keeper, got him. Yes, there's another one. The same over. Both men who've got runs are out. That's the danger now for Nepal. Shahzad takes an easy catch. Sharad's got to go for 37. It's 133 for 5 now.
Good knock, really good knock from Sharad. And it was a short delivery. Gets into an awkward position. All he manages to do is hit up in the air, and the keeper does the rest. Good over, really good over from Shafru Zadran, sending a 2 set-back batsman back in the pavilion.
This over reads a wicket, a boundary, then another wicket. Naresh Bhatia is out in the middle. Young fella is out joining Binood. 2 new batters at the crease, not faced a delivery yet. The cardinal sin in limited overs cricket. You want to have one guy that has been there for a while to stay there and finish the job. Shapur with another bouncer. Big appeal, the keeper wanted it. And Aleem Dar, he'll have none of it. He won't get sucked in with the appeal from Shahzad from behind the wicket. So he just clipped the shoulder. Here's the first one, Cockerell. Got a half century and try to moose it over mid-wicket, and couldn't do so. The second one, splice, good bowling from Shapur. Easy catch for the keeper, Shazad. Skip through. And evict the catch. Getting into those twilight stages as the sun sets here in Chittagong. Slower one. Another good delivery, Shapur. Couple of wickets. Boundary, couple of dot balls. ICC World T20. Right over this, only 5 from it. Couple of wickets. And Shakti is next man in. The old French cut. And a fine leg. Naresh will keep the strike. 135 for 5. Some good buildings happening from about the 15th over onwards, and then we've had a comeback with a couple of wickets going. 2 men in. And Sharad, last man to go for 37. It's not a wide, it's only just missed leg stump. Naresh is looking for the call, it's not there. Up against Mohammad Nabi, rightly so. Gave it a little bit of hang time, the bowler. And the batsman simply missed it. Got to clip those, get something on it. Does this time. Goes big. Who wants it? No one. Seen a bit of that on this ground in this ICC World T20 with the associate sides. A lot of miss hits that are landing safely.
Fell at a no man's land, Danny. Not easy for the fielder at long to come in close to that one. 64 in the last 6 overs from Nepal. It's been good one. He's put that away. Has it got enough legs? Yes, it has. It's gone through the boundary. He's not happy. 140 now. Can they get those 10 runs? I reckon if they can get another 10, then surely be some sort of total for the bowlers to make early inroads and then try to defend it. That's a good shot. Once again, or just extra bounce. It's the bouncer that's gone through.
Nabi, the captain, wasn't happy, but when you saw in that replay, it was a nasty little kick when it bounced, and Muaz Ashraf couldn't get it. Big heave and a miss here. Bunud wanting to smash this over mid-wicket. Smart bowling from the skipper. A little bit of loop. Brave enough to do that. Can't catch up with it. That's the difficulty with 2 new men at the crease. Another good over, 5 from 5. The 3 dot balls in this last over. Beautifully bowled. Brave enough to take a lot of pace off the ball was Mohammad Nabi. So he's bowled his 4 overs, 13 dot balls, 1 for 25. And they end, do Nepal, from their 20 overs with 141 for 5. Afghanistan need 142 to win this one. So Afghanistan need 140 2 at 7.1 runs per over. Yeah, runs on the board, whether it's 15 over cricket or T20 cricket. Not so much a comfortable feeling, but you got them on the board and you're going to say, okay, if we bowl well enough and we back up our bowlers in the field, then we're in with a show.
And it did look like there's a little bit of movement for the seamers up front with that new ball, so we're hopefully looking to pick up some wickets when they take that new white kookaburra. And those men in picture, and they'll be hoping to influence the game with a couple of boundaries, a couple of big hits, and put the bowlers under some pressure. The captain, he missed out today, he got 240s so far in the tournament, but he was knocked over without adding much to the scoreboard this time round. And the Afghani side, they backed themselves as a batting unit. Just got to chase 141.
Yeah, Shazaz, Shazaz. He gets out there and gives it some Humpty. I saw him the other night. I'm looking forward to seeing him and Karim Sadat. Two little pocket dynamos ready to explode, hopefully, and carve it everywhere for Afghanistan up against Nepal. Yeah, noise and numbers starting to increase here in Chittagong. Basant's going to start, pace off the ball immediately. Basant Rigmi. Pretty good numbers, those.
Especially the economy rate if he starts up front every once in a while, but he'll have to really make sure his deliveries are nice and straight, because we've seen on the surface, if you give it a little bit of width, the spinners, it can be cut away. But if it's nice and straight, it can be difficult to work off the square.
Here he is, Mohammad Shahzad, the wicket keeper for Afghanistan.
I think he got a 68, didn't he, against Hong Kong in the last game, so he'll be feeling like he's pretty confident.
Alim Dar's ready. He's just sorting players out there. A couple more changes with Nepal and their field on the offside. So Paris Khadga just getting that sorted. And Alim Dar wants it all nice and steady, sorted with their fielding positions. Pretty much ready. Here we go. First ball. Through the gate, could have got an inside edge and disturbed the woodwork. Even Alim Dar couldn't believe it there.
Quality first up. Have a look at the delivery. Just an orthodox off spinner that doesn't turn, slides on with the arm with a new ball. Pitches on the shiny side. And Shahzad, he was looking for a little bit of purchase. Got beaten on the inside edge.
Underway. Ground. First ball. Almost got an inside edge. And he gets away with one, Shahzad.
Yeah, beat everyone there. The inside edge, beat the keeper's gloves.
Down the track, gives it a heave. And a boundary off the third delivery.
Yeah. Sadiq's first delivery that he faces. He advances down the wicket, uses his feet, gets to the pitch of it, and he smashes it. Maybe the bowler thought at one stage he was in with a shot. It was hit with such power, and he didn't have to move at all.
That's what they do here. They try and choke you. In terms of Regmi with his left arm, and the same with Shakti Gauchan. They've got wickets and they've bowled with great economy.
I hope he's not next in, because he better get that rubber on quickly.
Full. Down the ground. That's the danger of having a spinner on inside the first 6 overs.
This time Sadiq doesn't use his feet at all. Ball slightly over pitched in length, thrown up, given some air. He just clears the front foot and absolutely smashes it back past the bowler.
There's Shakti. Galchin. Yeah. So 9 from the first one without loss.
Shake it. MS.
Group A, associates. Chittagong and Nepal against Afghanistan. Nepal posted at 141 for 5. An asking rate of fractionally over 7s. We started nicely. Have Afghanistan. So we're starting with a bit of pace from the broadcasting end here in Chittagong. Opened up with Basa Rigmi. Here's Sampal Kami. Got a right arm medium. Going to get any shape here. Going to have to get it a little bit fuller to see if he can swing it a bit this evening.
Watched him in the game against Hong Kong, and he got the ball to shape away nasty from the right-hander. Nice little compact action. What a skiddy customer. Operating just over 130 kilometres per hour. And there's the field he's got set. Just got the one slip in place. Quite a strong offside field. Fine leg in the circle. There we have a look at the bowling action. It's into a nice position. Nice comfortable run up. Quite open chested. There you go. Good seam position as it comes out the wrist. So nothing wrong with that. Maybe just a bit of concern about running on the surface. Besides that, something to work with.
I like that brace front leg. Come over the top of that brace planted front leg. And he gets a bit of pace from that. Nice stable platform. Oh, it's kept a little low too.
When you're vertically challenged as a bowler, you can't afford to be having a bent front leg, and there's someone sitting next to me who'd know all about that.
Yeah, except I did have a bent front leg. I think I might have got it up to, a couple of more Ks. If I'd had a brace front leg like you and Donald.
I didn't. Mine was bent.
I smashed it. The old man got the stick out and just smacked it a little. Geez, AD's was, wasn't it? Oh.